Hamid wono na ye deputy campaign manager MPP Amanyoku no omo so aye nsentwofo hyiamu ama ode atodwa se owura John Dramani Mahama nsefata se obeba bedi oman su ebio ni nyina eye Airbus bribery scandal ekoso no ama ono su kiremu sei.
When this transaction was brought to Parliament, and I want Ghanaians to recollect this incident in Parliament, because candidate Mahama says we have short memories. We don't. When this transaction was brought to Parliament, the then MPP minority raised an alarm about this Airbus deal and were concerned about its inflated costs and the rushed process to procure the aircraft. The then minority leader, Honorable Oseche Mensah Bonsu of Swami, is on record. He questioned the inflated cost of the aircraft, which on the website of Airbus at that time was $22 million. Meanwhile, they had brought documents to Parliament seeking to buy these aircraft for 34.5 million euros. And Oseche Mensah Bonsu raised the alarm. He also registered his surprise at how a document could be sent to the Attorney General's office for advice. Then that advice was procured or secured the same day, then forwarded to the Minister for Finance for approval on the same day, and then forwarded to the office of the President. And I mean the office of President at that time, John Dramani Mahama, candidate Mahama of Bole, son of E.A. Mahama, sent to his office, and which approval was also granted the same day, 21st June 2011, and after that rushed to Parliament the same day. The approvals were expediently rushed through because of what the interested parties sought to gain. It is worth noting that while the Airbus company entered into a deferred prosecution agreement with the various international law enforcement agencies, the investigations into various individuals involved are still ongoing and may result in further prosecution. It is again worth noting that since judgment on the Airbus scandal was pronounced, and I have said this before, but I want to repeat, that former President Mahama has not traveled to the UK, mainland Europe, or the United States of America since then. Would Mr. Mahama like to offer an explanation to the people of Ghana as to exactly why he has been unable to travel to these countries? In the unlikely event that he gets elected as president once again, Ghanaians have a right to know if he's a man of international good standing and of his ability to represent Ghana in international affairs. The MPP would encourage all law enforcement agencies, both domestic and international, to pursue individuals involved in the scandal to the fullest extent of the law. And quite frankly, I find it inexcusable that we would say that because he's running for office or for he's standing in an election, therefore he should not be questioned because it will be construed as witch hunting. There can be no safe haven for individuals who engage in bribery and corruption at the expense of those they purport to serve. The people of Ghana are all too familiar with the scandals that surrounded the Mahama-led NDC government. For 8 years, we were told that the government couldn't afford to pay its debts. We were told that teachers and nurses' allowances had to be cut because there was no money. We were told that nurses' training allowance had to be cut because there was no money. We were told that lecturers were at the brink of forfeiting their research allowances because there was no money. We were told that Ghana did not have enough resources to implement a free senior high school policy. Indeed, we were struggling to pay salaries in those years. Indeed, worse still, we ran to the IMF for a bailout because, as candidate Mahama put it at that time when he was president, they had eaten the meat to the bone, unquote. The reality is that they robbed the country blind. They plundered the country's resources for their own benefit. They picked all the meat clean off the bone and left the rest of us to clean up their mess and foot the bill.